All right, so catching back up, we're at Daleville on the 11th. Got new shoes. Got hella blisters from them because the toe box was small. I'm used to minimalist shoes that have no drop, big toe boxes, let your feet do the work that they're supposed to do, and these were kind of traditional running, hiking shoes. I loosened up the laces, and that allowed the blisters to start to heal, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, but still not an ideal situation. So we ripped a couple of 20s, and this is when the trail started to get real hard, so we had to do a 3,000 foot ascent every day for the next week out of Daleville. So it was a great way to start the day. Little caterpillar hanging from my finger or something. The trail was super hard. We had bad shoes. People started dropping left and right. We had Glide with us for a minute. He drank some water on top of McAfee Knob, and when we left Daleville, he was hanging out with us and then fell behind, and we got a text from him a couple days ago that he has I'll leave it at extreme gastrointestinal distress. Use your imagination, but yes to everything that you're thinking. And he went home to Indiana. He's going to come back out onto the trail in the middle of August, go up to Katahdin, and finish heading south. So we'll see him go in the other direction. As I mentioned before, Jason hopped up to Harper's Ferry. Doc ended up going home. He never left Daleville. He was feeling sick on my birthday and just kind of like hung out at the hotel, ended up spending more money than he wanted to, so he ended up needing to go home to not deplete his savings. And then who else? College started getting sick, and Dirty Dan got sick. So we hiked 2 days. Morale started to real drop. We were all tired, so we got to Glasgow, Virginia. I think it was 2 or 3 days. We got to Glasgow, Virginia, and then they've got a town shelter there that the town put up. So we hitched into town and then just stayed at the shelter. It was right behind a restaurant. There was a Dollar General and another market nearby, which was perfect for resupply because we needed to do that anyway, but we wanted to take some time to just kind of like get our stuff together. That's where College ended up staying, and then he caught back up to us in Waynesboro. He had to go to a hotel, and he couldn't swallow. His throat was burning, so you can't eat and can't drink. You can't go out on the trail. So he made the right decision. He's back with us now, but he's going to have to go back. And Dirty Dan stuck with us. Out of Glasgow, we did, I think it was a 3-day rip, 4 days. 2 days were entirely on the trail, and we did more of those 3,000 foot ascents in the morning, hike for a little while, and then descend down into the shelter, because we're going over the ridges instead of like along the tops of them, and that's why the ascents have been so bad. We've been trying to get, the trail goes east to Shenandoah, and you got to cross a couple of ridge lines to get there. We got 2 days in, and then we did, on the third day we did what's called the Priest, which is, we got to the Priest shelter, which we slept at like 3,800 feet. The Priest is like another half mile up, or the trail's half mile. It's probably another 500 feet up. So over 4,000 feet, go straight down and then straight back up 3 ridges afterwards, which was a terrible way to start the day. But we had a 15-miler that day, got into Reed's Gap and over to Devil's Backbone, where they had free camping, restaurant, showers, kind of just a place to chill. And it allowed us to get dinner there without having to pack it, so we had a little bit lighter food load. From there, I met up with my fraternity brother. Oh, I forgot to mention, Dana Hess came out to visit on the trail right before McAfee Knob. He got me Klondike and some water bottles. Great trail magic, thanks Dana. Bob Ramsey came out to Devil's Backbone. He's got a winery across, a vineyard and a winery across the street, so he showed me that, and hung out with us for breakfast, paid for my breakfast, so I really appreciate that, Bob. Great trail magic as well. And now we're on our way, and so from there we hiked a 20 or 19 miler to Rockfish Gap, right at the southern end of Skyline Drive, and we're in Waynesboro today. We're going to go to Calf Mountain tonight. It's only about 8 miles, so we're not, it's like 11:15 right now, so we're not going to leave for a few hours because it's going to be a real short hike. I had new shoes mailed to Waynesboro, and they are fly as hell, and my feet feel great now. Still got a little bit of like after blister healing to do, but I'm probably 95% at this point. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that's really cool is the Priest Shelter. Every shelter has a trail log where you write whatever you want, sign your name, let people know you're there. The tradition at the Priest is to write your trail sins into the book and confess. And those of you that are Catholic know that you start out a confession with, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." The preferred beginning for the confessions at the Priest Shelter were, "Forgive me, Sky Daddy, for I've been naughty," which was hilarious. And then we are in Waynesboro, going to go to the outfitter. My trekking poles broke right out of Daleville too, so I had a double whammy in terms of like trying to go anywhere. Waynesboro also has like a town camping area for thru hikers, so we got to stay for free last night tenting. They had a charging station there. We're at the public library now, the YMCA over there. That's where we took showers, and then we're going to be at Calf Mountain tonight, tomorrow night at Loft Mountain, where there's laundry, showers, wayside, camp store, good stuff. We'll be in Shenandoah, which means we'll have a lot of resupply along the way. Shouldn't have to carry too much food, but based on the notes and gut hooks, it's probably good to carry the essentials and just supplement with what they have at the camp stores. Oh, this right here. So to prove that I was doing well, I yesterday was running and it started to rain. Well, it started to rain and then we started to run to get to the shelter because we saw the shelter and didn't want to get wet and put all our rain gear on, blah, 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 blah. I caught something with my toe and went head first onto the trail. Didn't get hurt, a little bit of a scratch obviously, and my knee's a little bit skinned, but like that was fun. I had a sore side of my, it still is kind of sore, side of my face, but no harm, no foul, everything's good. And I am looking forward to getting into Shenandoah. It's gonna be like going home. I'm there so often as it is that it's gonna be a good time. Haven't taken a lot of pictures. I'll try to take more. There's gonna be more views in Shenandoah. We weren't on the Blue Ridge all that often prior to this, so we'll make sure I get you guys some good stuff. Oh, and if you're like wanting to look at the pictures longer, just hit pause on the video. I probably can make them stay up longer, but I really, why? If you can pause it, why would I waste my time? And then I think other than that, everything's going pretty good. I'm definitely keeping the beard. It's coming in very luxurious. And I got a comb. Combing the beard feels so good. But just really embracing the hiker trash lifestyle now. It's awesome. I don't know how else to describe it. It's very liberating. But I will probably update again in Front Royal in about 5 days or so. I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take us to get through the Shenandoahs. And then we should be in Harper's Ferry a week after that at the most. Probably probably less than that. Probably 4 or 5 days. We should make it there by the end of the month. Fingers crossed, if not very early August. But the two, Amber, P-Dubs, and Nonami, are leaving us at Harper's Ferry, so that will be very sad. And we'll just take it one day at a time, one step at a time. 863 miles right now. Gonna get to 2192 before too long. Ripping 20-mile days most of the time, so we'll stay on pace and get there before too long. Talk to you all later. Alright, so